Hello and happy midweek greetings from Radically Rational and RadicallyRational.com. Do I still think the Astros have a legitimate shot at coming back from Love 2 to win this series against the Rangers? I do, but I also feel this way. They have no chance if they're down 0-3, bottom line being you better win tonight. And maybe the Astros have a couple of strange things going for them. Now that they have been freed from their home field disadvantage, that might bode well. They might relax a little bit more. And also remember that Rangers pitcher Max Scherzer is making his first start since he was off the roster for a while with an injury. So maybe he won't be sharp. The Phillies are just big fun, aren't they? That series, on the other hand, is over, in my opinion. Look, I understand that in today's NFL, keeping your quarterback upright and healthy is probably as important as anything else to winning and competing for a championship. I get it. But we saw Monday night that the Cowboy offense really benefits from Dak running the ball every now and then. He doesn't run it near as much now as he did when he came into the league, which is understandable. I don't want to do it. I want to keep him healthy. I don't want to overdo it. But putting a little dab of that sauce in each week's game plan going forward is something I think I would support. Then I would start screaming, Dak, get down, get down. I am concerned about this. I'm a huge fan of Tony Pollard. I think he's as dynamic and explosive, a big play offensive player as there is in the league. I still question whether he can handle the load of being an every down running back, especially on a team that wants to run the ball as much as the Cowboys do. This bye week comes at a perfect time for Dallas. Houston, on the other hand, they have a bye as well. Oh, this is horrible. I wish they could just keep playing and just keep rolling. NFL players are going to be eligible to compete in the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles in one of the 5 new sports, that being American flag football. And the NFL is all for it. They want to promote their league, obviously, but they also want to promote the sport of flag football because that gets a lot more people involved and interested in football. So this is all good. And I'm as jingoistic as the next guy when it comes to sports, at least. And I would love to see America boat race the rest of the globe in our sport. But it's all good until somebody gets hurt, and somebody gonna get hurt. And while we're talking about health and safety in the NFL, this is kind of a false debate going on between the league and the NFLPA about grass surfaces versus artificial turf. They're making this way too simplistic. Here's what the actual scientific data show. A good turf field is better than a bad grass field and vice versa. Gee, who'd have thunk it? Just send me the check as your consultant. A couple of sighs of relief coming in the NFL, one from San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey's going to be okay despite that oblique injury. And Jacksonville quarterback Trevor Lawrence, his knee is coming along well, and he may even be able to play Thursday night, as in day after tomorrow, against the Saints. Another boss move by the Eagles. They pick up 34-year-old and 7-time Pro Bowl receiver Julio Jones. That's a good thing. He's no longer the best receiver in the NFL, of course, as he once was, unquestionably, but he can still make plays, and that's a good place for him, and that should take some pressure off of Jalen Hurts. Okay, Hamas' indiscriminate mass massacre of Israeli Jews remains unjustifiable at any and every level, and must be rightly, globally condemned as a crime against humanity. But my standard is a consistent one. Israel must not now commit atrocities in retaliation. Cutting innocent Gaza residents off from basic necessities such as food, water, shelter, power, and medical treatment cannot be countenanced or rationalized. Now, regarding the horrific, apparently, devastation at the hospital, well, the fog of war here is creeping over all of this. Hamas says it resulted from a targeted Israeli attack, while Israel claims that Hamas missiles and rockets are to blame. Let's get to the bottom of this, because lies are the language of war. We will follow this story very, very closely. Sure, I have problems with the way Joe Biden handles portions of his job, but only a blind partisan hack, and admittedly we've got plenty of those to go around, can deny that he's quite good at managing international crises. Quite good, uncommonly good. Biden's Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin make a formidable and highly credentialed team. Can you imagine how badly and dangerously Trump would F this up? I can, and I don't want to think about it. Remember when trying to overthrow the United States government would probably disqualify you from being Speaker of the House of Representatives? Not anymore. I'll tell you this, I enjoyed watching Jim Jordan get faced yesterday, and day 2 is going to be even worse. So, putting these minor things like moral, legal, ethical, and constitutional issues aside for the moment, my biggest problem with these cultish fire breathers remains the fact that they are frighteningly incompetent and both unable and unqualified to govern. That's my midweek message to you. Have a good day. We are radically rational.